Okay, first I want to introduce you to my two newest little babies. Here they are. This guy right here, this is Casper. And this guy right here, this is Elwood. And they are my two new little fur babies, rescued locally. And I'm delighted to have them. They're an absolute joy. Thank you guys. Okay, so they've made their debut. For a long time I've been meaning to post a video on a Hawaiian chant, which is called Hō Mai. And here it is. And I have to give due credit to Kahula, who in our last episode on the Ho'oponopono, she rendered this chant for us, this oli, at the end of the video. Normally, it would be used at the beginning of something as an introduction or a preliminary or a prelude, an opening to something that you are doing. But in that case, she used it as a closing. And I'm going to show you her rendering of the Hō Mai oli in just a moment. And when you see it, you will notice that she does it in a very subdued, soft, more sacred feminine way. And at the end of the video, I will render the same chant in a more powerful and forceful kind of, more like a sacred masculine way. And somewhere along that spectrum, you'll find where you fit, or maybe slightly off the spectrum. Wherever you find that you fit, that's how you'll do it.
This particular oli is to ask that we be granted strength, ask that we be granted the hidden knowledge, the hidden wisdom, the secrets of the meaning of the oli, of the stories, of the mo'olelo, of the things that we've shared. If we can be granted the hidden meanings and receive those messages. So this is oli Hō Mai. Hō Mai ka ike mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e au nā mele. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai, ka ike mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e au nā mele. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai, ka ike mai luna mai e. O nā mea huna no e au nā mele. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai e.
This oli means chant in Hawaiian. This oli is a great one to start with. It's a really great one to open ceremonies with, open anything you're about to do spiritually with it. And it's also a very good one for learning first because it is simple. It was composed by Edith Kanakaole, and it was originally used for students who were learning. They would open their studying time with this. In other words, when they were learning a new chant or a new oli or a new dance, this would be something they would open with. Okay, so I do want to point out a couple of things regarding the grammar and pronunciation of Hawaiian. Now, I'm no expert, but I do know a couple things, and I'll share those couple things with you. The first thing I want to say is, the title and the most repeated line in this oli is Hō Mai. So just to be specific, it's not Hō Mai. It's not pronounced like my, M-Y. It's pronounced mai, the way that you would say like I might not, I might. You want to say that sharp I. So it's Hō Mai. In Hawaiian, that is ai, not I. Okay? So it's a short, tight, rather than a long, loose pronunciation of I. It's ai. Almost like some Americans would say high school instead of high school. Okay? The other thing is we have what looks like an apostrophe next to some letters, and that is called an okina. And that means to make a staccato, a very defined, succinct staccato break in the aspiration of that word. Look at the word no'eau on the third line. No'eau. It's not noeau, it's no'eau, no'eau. It's like a chop, an interruption, a break, a staccato. No'eau. And on the second line, ka'ike mai. Not ka'ike, but ka'ike. Very distinctly, boom, punch it. No'eau, ka'ike. All right? I can't remember the name of the line that's over certain letters, but if you see a line over a letter in Hawaiian, it means to hold it longer than normal. So instead of saying Hō Mai, it's Hō Mai. Hold it out, draw it out longer. It means to hold that a little bit longer. Okay? It's very important whenever I present a chant. I've done Hindu, Sufi, Buddhist, Catholic chants. It's very important to know what they mean. And so in the sense of knowing what this particular chant means, very, very simple. It's a humble request for knowledge and wisdom. That's it. Grant us knowledge from above. All the wisdom of the songs and chants. Grant us these things. Who are you speaking to? Depends on you. It may be the Holy Spirit. It may be your sacred soul family. It might be the spirits of a certain place that you're honoring and acknowledging. You are directing this toward who you are directing this toward, okay? So that's what the meaning is. And now I'm going to place on the screen the actual script and text so that you can look at it and read along. Now let's read through this very, very slowly. You might want to just listen to me say it the first time, but if you're confident already, you can read along with me. Here we go. And we'll do it slowly. And then later we'll do it at a normal pace. Hō Mai, ka'ike mai, luna mai e. Ona mea huna no'eau, ona mele e. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai e. Now let's do it together again slowly. Remember that the Okina means to do an abrupt space between the vowels, and a line over the letter means to hold it for a while. Hold this, let the sound resonate a little longer. Here we go. And Hō Mai, ka'ike mai, luna mai e. Ona mea huna no'eau, ona mele e. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai e. All right, now let's do it at a little bit faster cadence. Hō Mai, ka'ike mai, luna mai e. Ona mea huna no'eau, ona mele e. Hō Mai, Hō Mai, Hō Mai e. Okay, but of course, unlike chants that are spoken or just recited as if reading them, the Hō Mai oli is done more in a Hawaiian style, Hawaiian traditional style. I do not make any claims to be a master or expert in any way at that. I am not, but I'm offering it to you the best that I can. Other people you can find on YouTube, Hawaiian kahus, whatever, that are offering it, will do it in a slightly different way. You can find 3 or 4 renditions of it by searching. But it is not just read or spoken. it is chanted out in the Hawaiian style, which, as I mentioned, is not like in any way Catholic or Hindu or Sufi chanting at all. It's a totally different style. So it would always be rendered 3 times. You would recite this oli always 3 times, not once. So that's important. You do the complete rendering of this chant is a triple, okay? So listen to how I do it slowly. And I'm just doing this only for instructional purposes, and then I'll demonstrate how I personally render it later on. E ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e una mea huna no e au na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai e una mea huna no e au na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai una mea huna no e au na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai. So what you can notice is that it is recited 3 times, and each time it is meant to go up a half step and increase in power on the second one. And then the third one, up another half step and increase in power. So that the recitation of this chant is done in 3 stages, which is the same thing repeated, but each time up a half step and crescendo to a higher level. E ho mai ka ike mai luna mai o na mea huna no e au o na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai o na mea huna no e au o na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai ka ike mai luna mai o na mea huna no e au o na mele e ho mai e ho mai e ho mai Okay, I think there was some magic experienced and perhaps captured in that moment. As I recited the chant and just lost myself in the vibe of the chant to the forest and its spirits, you could hear clearly the forest chiming in along with me, responding in the form of thousands of insects and birds all at once. And that was magic. And of course, I couldn't have staged that. That was organic, spontaneous, and real. There is energy in oli, in chanting. It is said that the chants themselves possess power. But one thing I definitely know is that the chants activate power within you. And it was recognized and synchronized into and responded to by the forest itself, which I'm very grateful for. That was magic. So, I wish you peace. I wish you bliss. Mahalo nui loa, thank you very much. And also, ma lama pono. Abide in righteousness. Take care. Remain in what is correct, good, proper, right, and true. Ma lama pono.